What's going on, YouTube? In today's video, I want to go over some pretty significant changes that are coming within the next month for the division. Some are big, some are small, some are good, some are kind of but I just kind of wanted to cover it, kind of go over it with you guys. And since content is a little dry, it is good to get some news. So I don't know how many people have watched the state of the game last week, but they had some interesting facts in there, some pretty exciting. And I'm going to go over just some bullet points that I kind of took from that stream they had, and we're going to kind of go over them in this video. Just quickly, briefly, and hopefully you guys can leave some comments below and let me know what you think. There is going to be a PTS coming for 1.6.1. 1.6.1 drops in May, so the PTS is coming before that. So we're looking at the end of April, maybe even the beginning of May, but somewhere in that range. I'm assuming it's going to be sometime in April. And obviously, guys, if you guys are new to my channel, I will cover the PTS 1.6.1 because I do play on PS4 and PC. The 1.7 update, the PTS is coming to console. So everybody that has missed out on the PTSs in the past will now get to be able to play them come 1.7. 1.7, I'm going to assume that it's going to be sometime in the summer. Loadouts. Loadouts are a thing that they announced, but we never knew when they were coming. We kind of, I think Hamish kind of threw it out there that it's going to be in 1.7. They changed that. It is coming in 1.6.1. So we will have loadouts in May, which is absolutely sweet. So you don't have to constantly change your gear. You just switch from loadout to loadout. Now I don't know the details on how all that's going to work, but when I play the PTS, I will make a video on that. And so make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already. And probably within the next, I don't know, a couple weeks or so, you'll probably see that video on my channel. They bumped that forward to 1.6.1. I guess they completed it faster than what they intended, so they're going to bring it to us faster, which is good, because I think that's one of the biggest parts of 1.6.1, and that's probably the biggest change is bringing loadouts. They also bringing in proficiency marks, and it's for the game mode Last Stand. Proficiency marks are highlighted for outstanding players, so the player with the most capture points, the player with the highest KD ratio. They didn't go in detail too much on what else is going to be highlighted, if it's healing or what, but the two that they did mention was kill death ratio and capture points. They're going to get extra loot at the end of that match, which I kind of agree with, because if you do outperform your team, or if you have some teammates that are AFK or not necessarily playing the objective, the people that actually do play the objective and actually are participating in the match, they actually get rewarded for that. And I agree with that 100%. Also in Last Stand, they're making a change to spawn camping. I know I'm guilty of this too. If you get the enemy team pushed back into the corner, you and your buddies, you and your team, you guys kind of funnel them into a choke point and you just sit there and spawn camp them. They're changing that, so if the game recognizes that the enemy has pushed into your spawn and is potentially spawn trapping you, they're going to give you more options to spawn out of there, which I agree with, because I don't really think that spawn camping is healthy for the game. So we don't have to worry about that anymore after 1.6 drops. Some clearing landmarks. You ever go to a landmark and all the other NPCs are there, but the boss is dead? Somebody came in, killed the boss, grabbed the loot, and ran. Well, now there's an incentive coming in 1.6.1. If you clear that landmark in total, you get an extra loot drop, and that loot drop goes right to your inventory. It's not something that's going to drop on the ground and you have to extract. It's going to go right into your inventory. So that sniper that sits way in the corner that was always ignored before, if you kill him and you actually gray that landmark out, you're actually going to get additional loot for clearing that landmark. the DZ, this next point is something I am very, very, very happy they're doing. You ever go to DZ2 and there's a manhunt and they're sitting up in that contamination zone up the ladder, and there's only one way up, and they got 3 or 4 turrets right there, and as soon as you walk up the ladder, they're all sitting in the back hiding, and they're just running these manhunts down. Well, you can't do that no more. Not that you can't use that spot anymore, and they didn't necessarily say what they changed, but they did say that the map is changing for areas like that. Areas that you can go and hide when you're manhunt and there's only one way in or one way up. They said that they have changed it, so there is pretty much more than one way now. So I'm really happy about that, because that is really annoying when somebody goes up on that damn ladder, you know, shoots you and get a 19-second rogue timer and kills you with a one-shot seeker, and has no other experience in PvP at all, or always dies or whatever. But now if you want to be manhunt, you're going to have to get out there and fight. And if you do try to stay in a location, there's going to be multiple ways that you're going to have to defend. And I am all for that, for real. I am all for that. I don't know about you guys, but I know that pisses a lot of people off. Another change is going to be to the extended magazine. These are level 34 magazines. Not the ones that you currently have, but new ones that will drop, or new ones that you craft now can roll up to 121%, which is pretty cool. That is actually a pretty significant buff to the magazines. And yeah, I mean, the ones you have in your inventory now are going to be unchanged. Keep that in mind. These are ones that you're going to either have to craft, or you're going to have to find them from once 1.6 drops and forward. But if you do have a blueprint for it, you can obviously roll it as many times as you want to get that maximum 121%. So I think that's pretty sweet. Now I'm going to go over a couple nerfs and buffs, but the buffs that is coming is kind of a nerf, and I'm going to kind of explain that here in a minute. But this is a big one. I never really had a problem with it, because I do have a shotgun build, and if you guys haven't seen that video yet, it's my striker shotgun with the 1 million sniper damage. Stagger is being nerfed. It's going back to the values returned to 1.5. So obviously stagger wasn't. It's always going to be a thing. That's kind of the point of running the shotgun, but it's never been as bad as what 1.6 made it. I mean, you start getting they start stacking up on you with a shotgun. Literally, you can't even aim your gun. Your screen's bouncing all over the place. So that's going to be returned to what it was in 1.5, which not. There were some people that used shotguns. Don't get me wrong. The striker shotgun was around in 1.5, but it was the stagger was not nearly as bad. So that is coming in 1.6.1. Wildfire has been fixed, and whatever the talent is to for shock. I forgot exactly what that is, but anyways, wildfire and the shock. They're kind of bugged where the wildfire doesn't spread, or the shock doesn't spread. That is being fixed. So if you hit somebody with an air burst, that it will do an area effect, and it will catch, or 20% chance to catch everybody on fire or whatever. Now, in regards to wildfire, now that's why I was kind of saying it was kind of a buff, but it's actually just kind of a fix. Wildfire is going to be fixed, so you can actually use that talent. I use it anyways. I think it works, but obviously it is bugged. The developers know more than I do. But what they're doing is they're changing seeker mines, in particularly the airburst. So everybody that is using wildfire most likely is using an airburst, and the airburst are being nerfed. I'm not 100% sure on exactly how bad, but there is changes coming to seeker mines. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to bring clusters back, or give them a little buff and nerf airburst, or kind of what they're going to do there, but we will find that out in 1.6.1. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Those are just a couple key points that I kind of wanted to go over with. I thought it was great, some of the changes that they're making. Some of my builds got to be tweaked now because of some of the nerfs that are happening, but at the same time, I think this is overall good changes, and I honestly believe that bringing loadouts will bring some players back, because the division is actually in a kind of a bad spot right now. The content that came with 1.6 didn't keep a lot of people coming. People played it, and then it's kind of died down a lot. I still love the game. Hopefully you guys are still loving the game. But they do need to make some changes, and hopefully 1.7 isn't too far away. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, sub if you haven't, and make sure you guys stay tuned to my channel to see the upcoming PTS changes, loadouts, and whatnot. So yeah, hit that like button, guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video.